Let's turn to you, Kirti Azad, first. Do you believe that it is war without weapons, that when you're playing Pakistan, the pressure is almost as if you're a soldier, not a cricketer?
So the hype is basically from the crowd. Once, yes, maybe in the evening before the game, you might feel some little butterflies in your stomach. But then I can give you two instances. One, when I was witness to it, I was playing on the ground, was Javed Miandad hitting 6 of the last ball of Chetan Sharma. That is a perfect cricketing shot. Virat Kohli withdrawing himself against Rauf and hitting him straight for a 6. So, you know, the pressure is more outside amongst the people. We have the pressure of when we are playing the bowler, not a Pakistani. We're bowling to a batsman, not to a Pakistani. So generally it is hyped up in such a way as if there is war going on. It's no war. It's a game of cricket that we play.
But are you telling me there's no extra pressure? There is that the pressure of expectations doesn't weigh down on a player in any way?
No, it does. It does. You play any game, there is pressure. Till you get your first run, there is a pressure. Till you middle the ball, there is a pressure. I mean, there is a pressure on the evening before on the eve of the game. There is. You got to perform. I mean, after all, it's your performance that will carry on with your career ahead of you. So it sure is. But if you hype it as much, oh, India and Pakistan, why? Because they're nasty neighbors. And obviously, when you have nasty neighbors, there are a lot of emotions come into people and they start talking about it. Yes, we feel the same. But then once you're on the field, once you're walking on the field, you have a bat in your hand and you're playing the ball, then all those pressure goes away. The pressure of the game is there, but the pressure of that India-Pakistan thing doesn't stay. It only, the pressure only comes if you have lost the game against Pakistan and your house is being stormed.
That's an interesting way to look at it, what could happen after the match. But Javed Qureshi, you captained Pakistan under-19s against India when they came to India in the late 70s. Did you feel pressure, or do you believe it's all happened now? Now, because the surround sound is so much, the pressure is even greater.
When I came to India in '79, there was absolutely no extra pressure. It was a game of cricket between two friendly teams. In fact, we came first from Sri Lanka, where the intensity was much more severe than it was in India. I think obviously things have happened since then, but I would just echo Kirti's point. I don't see this at all as a war. I just see this as a. In fact, I think this brings the countries together. The goodwill that cricket generates is incredible. I've seen so many positive stories about how our team was, welcomed in Hyderabad, how they're being welcomed in Ahmedabad. Yes, of course, it's high stakes because, people do hype it up, but I don't see this as war. I really don't. I just think this brings out the best in people. It brings out the best in the players. And the players, they have a lot of regard for each other. There's a lot of respect for Indian cricketers going back 30 years, 40 years, and certainly even today. And I think it's vice versa. There's tremendous skills, respect for each other. So, I think this is just unnecessarily built up to be other than something that's quite wonderful.
Shishir Adandi, you're there in Ahmedabad, and many believe that Ahmedabad, in a way, is, it'll be politically surcharged. It's the capital city of Gujarat, which is the Prime Minister's home state. The stadium is named Narendra Modi. There are very few Pakistanis who've been given visas, so it'll be completely dominated by Indian fans. Do you get a sense that there is a surround sound that you can't miss anymore when it comes to Indo-Pak cricket? Probably because we play with each other so infrequently at the moment.
So, Azad, let me take you back into history a bit. Some of the players before the partition happened in 1947 played for India, whether it was Abdul Hafiz Kardar or Amir Ilahi. They played for India and then they went on to play for Pakistan post 1952. And it starts from there that, how can you play for one country one day and then the other country the other day. There is an emotional quotient from history. There's also an emotional quotient about what happened in 65 and 71, and there was a bit of, there were no bilateral cricket till in the 78 series that we went to Pakistan. So I think, the surround sound is so large, and I mean, I can sense it now in Ahmedabad, sitting here, that the roads are empty. Everybody is heading towards the Motera, the Narendra Modi Stadium, and what I can expect is cricket to be separated from what is happening outside the cricketing ground and the stadium. And this is about emotion, and this is about what's happening across the borders. But given a choice as a cricketer or a cricket lover at the moment, I just think that we need to focus on the game itself and what's happening within those 75 yards. I'm not sure people around will allow us to forget everything and just focus on the game. But I think rather than hyping up the surround sound, we should hype up the quality of cricket that is going to come in a day or two.
Easier said than done, though, Sharda Ugra, isn't it? There was a book, War Minus the Shooting. Mike Marquez wrote it in 1996 when there was a World Cup held in the subcontinent. India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka actually jointly co-hosted it, something which is improbable at the moment. Given the political situation between the two countries, where even the high commissioners are no longer there in the two countries, they've been downgraded diplomatically. Do you get a sense that surround sound surely must pierce through any dressing room wall? The players are being asked, the original question that I posed to Kirti Azad, almost asked to perform as soldiers.
Rajdeep, what you're saying that you said something about Indo-Pak sport. Has it been sort of taken over by politics or kind of kidnapped or whatever the word you want to choose? It's not Indo-Pak sport. Indo-Pak sport goes on by and large by itself under the radar. Sometimes there were no visas given for some Pakistani shooters to come here. Indo-Pak cricket is the thing that politics latches onto. And I agree with what Javed Saab is saying, that for cricketers, for real cricket fans, it means something else. What has happened, that this match is going to take place in Ahmedabad tomorrow, is a completely separate thing. It's not just any game, because of the fact that the crowd, the crowd, the background, all the rest of it. And hopefully the cricketers have been able to distance themselves from it. They're not taking in too much information that they need to. In the last, say, 10 years, social media has just become very toxic. And you're having these conversations. But if you speak to Indian fans on the street, do you want to see the Pakistani play? They say yes. Yesterday, there was a Twitter feed going on. I'll say this very quickly, saying shame on BCCI, and they were comparing. They were saying that there was an attack in Kashmir, and 3 soldiers were killed, and they're saying so everyone tries to bring in this. They're conflating a cricket team of a country with the government. So I mean, I think as cricketers, I'll ask the cricketers here: would you like to be considered as representative of the party in power, not even government? I mean, party in power. You may represent the Indian state, you may represent the country, the culture, the people, but you surely don't represent the party in power. And I don't think that pressure should be put on anyone, on any team. But it is being put both on the Indians and on the Pakistanis through social media, and it's very unfair.